Next, a group of volunteers is determined to help preserve a local cemetery.
History lives here. Like the history of Center County, the history of Bellefonte, it is right here.
Plus, many places are facing a serious teacher shortage. Where does our area stand?
Around 20,000 teacher preparation students in 2010 to about 5,000 in 2021.
And how supply chain and inflation issues are impacting Penn State's dining facilities. The Center County Report starts now.
Good afternoon. I'm Gabrielle Tyner.
And I'm Renata Dal. Thanks for joining us for the Center County Report. Our top story: in many parts of the country, teacher shortages are causing big problems for schools. In our area, the issue isn't critical, but across Pennsylvania, less students are enrolling in teacher education programs, and that may lead to trouble down the road.
Pennsylvania's Department of Education says there is a teacher shortage crisis, and the state will need thousands of new teachers in the next 3 years. The need is especially critical for special ed.
Districts are desperate to hire certified special education teachers. They simply can't find them.
Dr. Ed Fuller from Penn State's College of Education says needs vary by location and subject.
There's a shortage of teachers, but not a shortage of all kinds of teachers, and there's not a shortage everywhere in the state.
Center County districts, including State College and Bald Eagle, say they're fully staffed for the most part on teachers. But looking to the future, Pennsylvania is showing a decline in students enrolled in teacher education programs. Less students are looking for careers in education due to the low salaries and difficult working conditions.
So we've gone from around 20,000 teacher preparation students in 2010 to about 5,000 in 2021. So around a 67% drop. That's a huge decline in the number of students going into teacher preparation.
Among the reasons, experts say stagnant salaries, negative perceptions about the working conditions from social media, and attacks on teachers from parents and politicians. Ryan Gailey is a Penn State alum who's teaching 4th grade in Doylestown. She says teaching is a rewarding career despite its challenges.
I absolutely love it. It's like the best thing ever. I come home with a big smile on my face every day, but I'm also completely exhausted every day.
The biggest teacher decline has been in computer science and technology, with an 87% drop, and business education, with an 80% decline.
The number of teaching positions in Pennsylvania filled by people on emergency permits grew from just 1,800 in 2010 to nearly 6,000 last year.
A Hollywood producer plans to create a limited TV series about fraternity death at Penn State. This series will focus on the fraternity hazing death of Tim Piazza in 2017. Robert Greenblatt will executive produce for the project for Hulu, according to The Hollywood Reporter.
Center County residents will see an increase in their recycling and trash costs soon. The price increase comes as the county changes locations for its primary landfill. Waste will soon be processed at Laurel Highlands Landfill in Cambria County, instead of the current one in Elk County. Inflation is also a factor with gas prices for trash haulers. Fares are expected to raise $5 more per month for residents. The rates will go into effect next year.
Food prices are also rising, and many companies are having supply chain issues. Reporter Reagan Stoddard shows you how it's all affecting some local places.
Thousands of students, faculty, and staff at Penn State's main campus rely on dining halls for meals, but inflation and supply chain issues are having a big impact.
You know, from a purchasing perspective, absolutely. I mean, we're seeing increased costs from manufacturers and distributors alike. We're also seeing increases in shipping costs as well, around fuel costs, driver availability.
As inflation spiked this year, Penn State increased housing and meal plans by more than 3%. And it's not just dining halls seeing the effects. The Berkey Creamery is struggling to get some basic items because of the supply chain disruptions.
We've seen cost increases multiple times throughout quarters, instead of only once a year. So, and a lot of that has had to do with the supply and demand chains.
State College School District has seen the more students buy school lunches, costs actually drop for the district because they buy in bulk. And Food Services Director Megan Scapper says a new legislative bill is aimed at expanding a statewide free school meal program.
So it really can make it easier for families to participate in the program, and it can also make the program just be a better program that is able to help expand children's palates, to help teach them how to eat more healthfully. It makes the school lunch program not something that's selling to children, but instead teaching children.
A news conference on the bill is set for tomorrow. In State College, I'm Reagan Stoddard for the Center County Report.
For more information on the proposal, you can visit School Nutrition Association of Pennsylvania.org.
The next phase of a park in Ferguson Township could happen soon thanks to a state grant application approved by the township's Board of Supervisors. The 16-acre Cecil Park, Irving Park, is near Pine Grove Mills. Township officials are preparing a budget for a grant submission to the Department of Conservation and Natural Resources. Proposed improvements include a driveway and parking, ADA accessible pathways, and a walking loop trail, along with a new pavilion, benches, bike racks, and path connecting to the park to Pine Grove Mills.
A group of volunteers has been working hard to keep a piece of local history in good shape. It's been around for more than 200 years. Reporter Anna Meyer is live in Bellefonte with the story. Anna?
I'm here at Union Cemetery on High Street. Thousands of people are buried on this 22-acre plot that dates back hundreds of years. A group of volunteers are dedicated to showing love to every single one of them.
Bellefonte's Union Cemetery dates back to the early 1800s. It's the final resting place for 9,000 people, including Penn State's first president, Evan Pugh.
History lives here. Like the history of Center County, the history of Bellefonte, it is right here. If you want to know it, just come to the cemetery.
Renee Nichols serves on the Cemetery Association Board and says it's important to preserve that history. She and a group of volunteers spends time cleaning the headstones and grounds during community cleanup days.
I think it's a good opportunity for our class to give back to the community and just to be more involved with what's going on.
Ava Combe is one of the volunteers. She says it's a rewarding form of community service. Volunteers are all given D2, a special cleaning spray and scraping tools to remove moss and bacteria growing on the stones.
After scraping and scrubbing, there's only one last thing to do, a final layer of D2 and a last rinse.
Beyond polishing the gravestones, the group also does landscaping work and GPS digital mapping of graves, and they can always use more help.
Absolutely need and love more volunteers. I always say, if you're going to walk through the cemetery, walk through with a weed whacker. And get some work done on the way.
The latest cleanup was part of Center County United Way of Caring event. If you're interested in helping, you can find out more information on the group's Bellefonte Union Cemetery Facebook page. Live in Bellefonte, I'm Anna Meyer. Now back to you.
Thanks, Anna. Still to come, will the warm weather stick around this week? We have the 7-day forecast.
And check out the sights and sounds of Homecoming State College. Also coming up, pumpkin contest and family fun. People get into the Halloween spirit during a local fall tradition.
It's a busy time for events and festivals across Center County. Medlar Field hosted the 16th annual Down Syndrome Society Buddy Walk on Saturday. It's the first in-person walk in 2 years after the pandemic. The event advocates for the rights, abilities, and potential of those with Down syndrome. The celebration featured a lap around the baseball field, and walkers received a medal. There was others fun too, including arts and crafts and games. Even a few princesses and mascots were on hand. So far this year, they've raised more than $40,000.
And the second annual Happy Valley Latin Festival was also held in downtown State College. The event stretched along Fraser Street with families gathering to celebrate National Hispanic Heritage Month. The festival theme was A Language, a Feeling, We Are Family to the rhythm of the same beat. The event featured live music performances, arts and crafts vendors, food, cultural displays, and booths with items for sale.
Downtown was also busy as people celebrated homecoming weekend at State College High. Reporter Isabella Leahy has more.
It's homecoming season in Central PA, and for State College, the weekend is one of the most popular events of the year.
Yes, this is the best homecoming I've seen so far.
Festivities began on Thursday night with the homecoming parade. Floats, students, and the band made their way from the high school through downtown to Memorial Field.
As you can see behind me, the State College High School Homecoming Day Parade is fully underway, and the community is out here showing their support.
While some seniors were in the parade, others supported from the sidelines.
This is a good, memorable one because it's my senior year, so it's the final year that I'll be out here.
After the parade, a pep rally topped off the night with the girls' basketball team winning the float contest. It got students and the community geared up for the Friday night football game. Henry Weaver is a 1973 State High grad and longtime Little Lions supporter.
They keep it going? Yes. They will win this game. I told them when they came down that ramp.
The Lions stomped Carlisle on Friday night and remain unbeaten at 7-0.
And it's a lot of fun. In the one play we made, where they picked it up and then they ran and they got a touchdown, that was awesome.
At halftime, the homecoming king and queen were crowned as the crowd cheered. Another great homecoming in the books. In State College, I'm Isabella Leahy for the Center County Report.
Well, good afternoon and thank you for tuning in. I'm student meteorologist Joey Walker with your CCR afternoon forecast for today. And what a beautiful day we have on the outlook for today. Right now, 64 degrees with sunny skies, not a cloud in the sky, and that's going to be the theme for the day today, as well as some above average temperatures. Now, for this time of year in October, we do expect the normal high to be about 63, but we're at 64, currently sitting at 1 degree above the average, but we're not quite done just yet, as we expect temperatures for the high today to flirt around the 70-degree mark. So for temperatures for the rest of us, Clearfield at 55, Altoona at 69, Williamsport at 55 as well as Selinsgrove at 61. Zooming out for the rest of us, Erie at 69, Franklin at 63, and Pittsburgh at 64. Radar and satellite currently showing nothing at the moment, and that's because of a high pressure system that's currently sitting over the Ohio Valley area, and that's solely what's responsible for bringing us these above average temperatures and beautiful conditions as well as cloudless skies throughout the day today. But we are expecting a cold front to make its way by Thursday into the state, and if you direct your attention to the edge of the screen right here over the St. Louis area, that is that cold front making its way through, and that's bringing in some colder Canadian air, which is going to drop some temperatures down come Thursday, as well as usher in some rain and even the chance of some thunderstorms. So Futurecast can show us exactly when we're going to expect those storms to make their way in Thursday. So right now, that high pressure system is currently sitting over the Ohio Valley area, and that's going to be tracking over towards the eastern coast. And by Wednesday, we'll have that high pressure system sitting over the coast, allowing for clouds to build up throughout the day Wednesday, but it's still going to be lingering around just enough to leave us with some higher temperatures throughout the day. Thursday, we'll have that knocking on our doorstep by around midnight, and it will make its way throughout the day, but we'll clear out by Friday and even into the weekend for a drier weekend, as well as some seasonable temperatures on the way. So our forecast for today, 69 degrees, beautiful conditions and remaining clear. We're also going to remain clear throughout the night tonight for a low of 45 with winds moving south at 3 to 5 miles per hour. And for tomorrow, cloudy but still unseasonably warm as that high pressure system lingers around in the coastal area. So for the 7-day forecast, today and tomorrow, beautiful conditions and warm, unseasonably warm for this time of year. Thursday, some steady rain, and by Friday and Saturday, we'll clear out for the weekend and have some nice seasonable temperatures for this time in fall.
Thanks, Joey. I'm looking forward to the warm weather.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's great. And now with Danny for sports.
Coming up in sports, giving Penn State football a midseason evaluation as the bye week comes to a close. And Penn State hockey opens a new season at Pagula. We'll check out opening weekend next. I'm Danny Murray with sports. The Nittany Lions head to Michigan this week for a top 10 football fight. The bye week gave us a chance to assess the season so far. Luke Brown has more.
Penn State entered their bye week ranked 10th in the country with a 5-0 record. The Nittany Lions have handled the first stretch of the season with a number of big impact players. StateCollege.com's Mike Poorman likes what he's seen from Penn State's playmakers.
The 1-2 combo of Nicholas Singleton, Katron Allen as running back have really been important. I think the offensive line has not been great, but not bad. Bretton Strange is a beast at tight end.
Quarterback Sean Clifford and his freshman backup, Drew Alar, have been the focus of a lot of attention, especially among fans.
Cliff's the guy. We'll see. If Penn State goes 0-3 in the next 3 games, we're beginning the Alar era the next day. If they go 3-0, Drew's on the sidelines. 1-2, 2-1, we'll see.
Before Penn State looks to the whiteout game against Minnesota and a game against Ohio State, it's a stiff test against Michigan this week on the road. Pittsburgh Post-Gazette football writer Andrew Destin emphasized how difficult the next few weeks could be.
Your goal, if you're Penn State, should be win 2 out of those 3 games. And Minnesota has to be a lock and then try to steal one of the other 2. Getting a win against either of those programs would be gigantic for Penn State.
The next 3 weeks will give the team and fans more clarity on what kind of season this will be. In University Park, I'm Luke Brown for the Center County Report.
Saturday's game kicks off at noon, and you can listen live on Penn State Com Radio. To high school football, State High is now 7-0 with 3 games to go. The Little Lions beat Carlisle 49-20 over the weekend. Alex Rocco has more for our After the Whistle football show.
Michael Dincher came into tonight's game against Carlisle looking to make an impact, and that's exactly what he did. Playing in the trenches, Dincher isn't expected to score, but he found himself with a glorious chance to make a big-time play. His scoop and score provided State College with a much-needed momentum boost, and it never looked back.
I was like, if I score a touchdown, you have to pay for my breakfast at Waffle Shop on Sunday. So, I mean, I didn't expect it, but it's kind of crazy how it happened like that.
While Dincher is undecided about his breakfast order at Waffle House, Coach Matt Lentell was extremely proud of his newfound playmaker.
I'm so grateful for that opportunity for Michael. He couldn't come to a person who's worked any harder than he has. That kid gives everything all summer long, all off season. He's an offensive lineman, plays some D-line, and was in there for that snap. So what a special opportunity for him to get his hands on the ball, make somebody miss out in space, and get the ball in the end zone. So,
while the Little Lion defense shined in the first half, it was freshman running back Deontay Sheffy who kept up his hot start to his high school career, and the offense took off from there. Sheffy found the end zone for a 12th time tonight, continuing the beatdown on the Thundering Herd. Sheffy credited his early success to his chemistry with his teammates and coaches.
I mean, just stay good at practice and stay humble for our team.
You can see highlights from the area's top high school games every Friday night on After the Whistle. To the ice now, Penn State men's hockey will try to continue its hot start against Mercyhurst later this week. The Lions opened their season against Canisius over the weekend. Penn State was led by its top line of Kevin Wall, Ryan Kerwin, and Tor Linden, who combined for 15 points in the series. Penn State took Game 1 on Friday and then completed the sweep in a high offensive battle on Saturday. Freshman goaltender Noah Grannon made 29 saves in his first career start. And Penn State women's hockey looks to get back in the win column against Boston College this week. The Nittany Lions were swept by number 6 Colgate in heartbreaking fashion over the weekend. Despite the losses, freshman Caitlin Roberts scored her first career goal, but Colgate's Danielle Serdachny scored with 30 seconds left to give the Raiders the win. Despite the frustration in the locker room, Coach Jeff Campersell knew that playing this high-octane opponent would not be easy.
We want to challenge these top programs because we feel like we are a top program now. And in that game, it just came down to 1 or 2 plays and managing plays.
Penn State field hockey now has some major new renovations coming their way. AJ Rovner has that story.
5th-ranked Penn State field hockey beat Lafayette 2-1 in double overtime on Sunday. But a bigger victory is on the horizon. A groundbreaking ceremony for a new field hockey complex took place after the game. with Penn State's president talking to the
We
team.
need new and upgraded facilities like these. Our students deserve nothing less.
Right now, fans are bringing their own lawn chairs or standing to watch.
As you can see right now, it's kind of hard to see through the fences. So everyone's climbing the fences, and rather than climbing the fences, you get to sit in the stands and you get to enjoy the game.
The project includes 1,200 bench seats and other enhancements that may include a scoreboard, thanks as part of the $12.8 million project approved by the Board of Trustees.
Really looking forward to the new stadium project here. We think a world-class facility for a world-class team is going to make a huge difference for them. We're all looking forward to it as parents.
2 victories in 1 day for the field hockey team.
Thank you so much for being here today. It means a lot that we can celebrate this amazing stadium that's about to be built.
In University Park, I'm AJ Rovna for the Center County Report.
The complex is expected to be ready for next year's field hockey season. That's all for sports. Now back to you at the anchor desk.
Thanks, Danny. Coming up next, people are getting in the Halloween spirit. We take a look at the annual Pumpkin Festival at Penn State after the break. October means lots of fall festivals and events in our area. One of the most popular is Penn State's Pumpkin Festival at the Arboretum, held over the weekend. With Halloween just 3 weeks away, the annual Pumpkin Festival helps get people in a spooky season mood. Hundreds turned out at Penn State's Arboretum to enjoy live music, food, and a wicked display of pumpkins and jack-o'-lanterns.
All pumpkins, all the time. Have over 600 pumpkins. Gave out over 850 on Sunday last week and had a great rate of return and about 150 walk-up pumpkins from the community.
A jack-o'-lantern contest features a best pop culture theme, best arboretum theme, and best in show. Volunteers like Karen Brewster play a role in the festival's success.
I have grown up in State College with my children, and we have just really enjoyed living in the community, and I really just feel a real responsibility to give back.
While some have been coming for years, others are here for the first time.
They're all incredible. I don't think my pumpkin would stand a chance in this competition.
It's my first Harvest Festival. It's really cool, yeah. It's really weird to see so many people at the Arboretum because that's not the norm, but it's really nice. It's very shocking and cool.
Halloween spirits are high in State College this weekend at the Pumpkin Festival at the Arboretum. What's usually a quiet and serene place for students to study is full of people and pumpkins like these right here. As the sun sets and jack-o'-lantern candles burn, laughter and music fill the air as the Pumpkin Festival reminds us Halloween is almost here. I don't know about you, Renata, but I had a good time at the Pumpkin Festival.
It was pumpkin perfect. That's all for today's newscast. We hope you join us Friday for our next local news update.
But you can follow us anytime for breaking news and watch our stories on our Center County Report social media. You'll find us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and our website. Have a good afternoon.